Okay, so this is going to be a little strange. Um, this is simply just updates of my games for family members who are going to be watching, so if you stumble across this and aren't family, this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. But if you are family, this is intended for you. So this save file is the 100 Babies Challenge. And for those of you who don't know the rules to that, basically you start with a matriarch, which is the Sim Riley right here, who's looking a little worse for the wear. And you have 100 babies, each with a different father. So in a second we'll go into cast and you can see the current family and Riley a little better. And then we'll go through the children because I have been playing this for a while and we're up to 30 children at this point in time. But a little more on the 100 Baby Challenge rules. So they move into a lot with only their starting funds. And then you basically continue having children in the same manner. I'm using Kawaii Stacy's 100 Baby Challenge mod just to keep track of the babies a little easier. You must have aging on and set it for a normal lifespan. That way you can keep getting the fresh men in the town. Any mods or CC that give you an unfair advantage are not allowed. So I do have a bunch of mods and CC installed. That's why a lot of my family members look like a wreck when they age up, because there's a ton of CC for them to choose from and none of it looks very good. I do also have MCC Command Center. Basically the only thing I use it for though is to check and see who their parents are to make sure that I'm not duplicating the fathers. So no cheats. The only cheats you're allowed to use are BB Move Object. Another cheat I do use though is the default bug, because I want to keep the birth certificates on the wall and my hospital's kind of glitching out a little bit and you don't get birth certificates at home births. So I go to showhit bb.showhidden objects to get the birth certificates so we can keep track on the wall as well. So we've got some lot traits that I'll show you real quick. Once you pick the lot traits, you're not allowed to change them again, so give it a second. So I picked my lot traits pretty early on and they're kind of stuck there now. The lot traits are child's play. Kids learn faster. Good schools, it helps them get better grades and they do better on their homework. And on ley line, which gives you a lot of twins. And I think I've had 2 pairs of triplets here too. So then you can use any in-game rewards, except the ones that prolong your Sim's lifespan. So I've got quite a few in-game rewards for her because she racks up these points pretty quickly. I'll go here and show you hers. Which, by the way, this is Riley. She's our matriarch. She's socially talented, she's frugal, fertile, she's a creative visionary, seldom sleepy, and has a steel bladder. So, babies cannot be aged up until you get notifications that it's their birthday. Toddlers can only be aged up when they reach a level 3 in all toddler skills. Children and teenagers can only be aged up when they get an A in school. And then young adults, you can move them out of the house to make room for more children, but they cannot be moved back in later. When our matriarch becomes an elder, she can no longer have children. The youngest daughter takes over as the next matriarch. You cannot make more room in the house by killing off Sims or letting them get taken away by social services. The matriarch may not have any job where she has to leave the home lot. So Riley right now, she does book writing. If you can see out the back, she's got a huge garden. We got a lot of seeds and stuff from Harvest Fest, and so we just planted all of them, and that's keeping us pretty good in the money. If you can see down at the corner, she's got almost $200,000. So teenagers may hold part-time jobs to help support the family. None of my teenagers do, simply because for some reason some mod or CC is interacting with my part-time jobs and it makes them want to quit school before they can enter a part-time job, and that can't work with the challenge. So the matriarch may go to leave the lot freely to go and meet other men. She doesn't have to bring the kids. She may not get married until she's an elder, and she may not get pregnant by the same donor twice. And the donors, or the men she has children with, cannot move into the household or like provide financial aid or anything like that. So that's why I have income from the father, child support payments turned off. And then the children's traits are randomized. I use the in-game randomizer for most of them, and then the aspiration I just count the number, put it in Google, and it picks a random number. You can hire maids or gardeners and repair technicians, but you cannot hire a nanny. You have to take care of your own children. So those are all the rules we are playing with. So we're going to go ahead and jump in, and I'll show you Riley a little bit better and the current kids, and then we'll go through and show you all of the kids through her genealogy tree. Okay, so we've jumped into Create a Sim right now, so I can go ahead and show you these guys. Riley was based off another sim from the gallery. It's been so long though, I can't tell you what sim it was based off on, but that base sim did supply the face shape. So we'll go through her outfits real quick. Like I said, I've got a lot of CC, so a lot of the stuff Riley wears is CC. And she's put on quite a bit of weight, but that's from having 30 children back to back. So Riley's aspiration for 100 Baby Challenge, she's a romantic, she's cheerful and outgoing. So these are her little outfits. For once, she's actually not pregnant, so the outfits look okay on her. They're not bulged out from the baby belly. I just find it it just takes too much time that every time she's pregnant to come in here and change her outfits. So I just started with face sim, made her the way I wanted her, and then that's just the way she stays. She starts looking weird when she gets pregnant with some of these outfits, but for the most part, it's okay. So, now into our twins. We've got the two teens in school right now. This is Diggle. He's a mansion baron, musically talented, and a natural singer. Natural singer and musically talented both, I think, are add-on traits. I leave them in. They don't really help very much for getting the kids aged up faster or anything, so I'm just going to leave them. This is the next one, Roy. Then we have the two twins, Merlin and Felicity. And then we have the triplets, Phil Coulson, Damien, and Laurel. So these are the kids. For all of the babies, just to make it easier on me and make sure I don't repeat names, I group them into sections of 10. So, and I found this tip online. I'm, again, not sure who posted it. So for the first 10 children I named them all characters from The Flash. The second set was all from The Legends of Tomorrow. The third set was from Arrow. The fourth set is going to be from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that'll be till 40 through 40s. The fifth set will be The Avengers, sixth set X-Men, seventh set Percy Jackson, eighth set Supernatural, ninth set Hunger Games, and 10th set will just be random baby names that are generated offline. So that's just to help me keep track and to make sure that none of the names overlap. So if you see names that are similar or names that you recognize, there is a reason for that. I am taking them from groupings to make sure it's more cohesive. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and have a look at her kids so far. Like I said, she's on 30. Just wait for them to load in. Here's the kids in the house currently. We have Laurel, Damien, Phil Coulson, Diggle, Roy, Merlin, Felicity, and they're going to start loading in from this side, so we'll start over here first. We have Lisa, Jessie, Click, Wally, Iris, Oliver, Thea, Ray, Rip, Harry, Kendra, Sarah, Joe, Nate, Eddie, Ava, Barry, Caitlin, Cisco, Mick, Lynn, Tommy, Stein, Jax. So these are her 30 kids at this point. If you'll notice, these two, they're the first ones, they're now all elders. So they're probably going to die before she even gets to a young adult. Um, Riley is 3 days from aging up into a young adult. Yeah, 3 days from aging up into a young adult. And the other boy, the triplets, are going to age up here. So essentially what I need to do, once your sim is pregnant, they don't age anymore, and that's how you get to have so many kids in such a long amount of time. So I need to get these guys, the two that are at school, aged up. So they need to get into an A grade so they can age up and she can be pregnant. They're both on Bs right now. However, they've got everything complete and they had extra credit craft projects, so there's a good possibility they can come home with an A grade. He's the one I'm worried about, but they haven't been at school for very long, only a couple hours. These two just aged up pretty recently. I think at like 2 a.m. this morning they finished their skills. So she's got her homework almost done. She's going to finish it. And then she probably, you got to get a skill up to level 4 is what's needed for an A grade. So I try to have them all the way up as far as they can go on their skill before they go to school. So we'll probably get her on logic, but I want her to finish her homework first. He is just dying in here. So we'll get him to sort himself out, let him eat, and then he can take a bath and go to bed. But I'm going to have to choose the bath option on my own because I don't want him napping in the bath. And then he can just sleep in his mom's bed. So here's the other boys. They need potty trained. So Phil Coulson, he needs potty, thinking, movement, imagination, and communication because all the skills have to be up to level 3 before they can age up. They can't potty on their own till they're level 3, so you have to get Riley to do the potty training. So we'll have her go ahead and do that. And the main thing is just keeping on top of everything. If you see these two, they are very stinky, so we try to get, it's just hard keeping up with all of them. And she needs to eat, so we'll get her some food on the go. If I could open the fridge. There we go. Okay, so this is the toddle room, and then we've got a couple creativity stations here. Like I said, there's all the birth certificates on the wall. Creativity stations, these are for children. This is for children also for creativity. This is the kitchen. We've got a little Roomba guy that cleans up the messes because it's just easier that way. Bunch of skill things for toddles. They can dance and stuff. This is for teens. The mirrors on the wall, that helps up their social skills really well. So sometimes I'll have them do that as their skill. We've got a little game room in here for when they come home tense and don't want to do anything. This gets their foot up pretty quick. If you'll notice, we've got this huge garden that I pointed out earlier. The garden has Patchy in it, so he can come and take care of the garden when we can't. If you'll see, there's a lot of fruits up and some plants that need tended to. Once Riley gets the potty training done, we'll come out here. We've got the rocket ship because a couple of the kids when they come home with school projects, come home with a space project, which has the rocket skill increase. So when they come home with that, I just have them finish up the rocket skill. That's just their skill they do. I've got a couple exercise machines around here just to try to keep them fit and healthy. And then these stations are for flower arranging, and it's pretty self-sufficient because we have tons of flowers from just harvesting. And so we've got some more stuff out front. We got a little pool, we got some playthings for the kids, artistic stations, and then this is where all the teens and children sleep. So we'll go ahead and get in and play for a little bit, and then we'll end it there. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of gameplay down. One thing that's important to remember is anytime a kid is making a mess, you have to like stop immediately whatever you're doing to go and yell at them. That's what just happened here. Laurel threw a fit and threw some paint, so we had to stop and yell at her. And now everybody's just taking a moment to get oriented. And Felicity has her homework completed for the day. And I don't think she can do extra credit yet. She can't do extra credit, so we'll come over here and have her just play for a while until she gets her logic skill up. And there was a tip online that said if you're level 10 cooking, you can leave the food out on the floor and they'll just go and eat it and everything will be fine. Riley is level 10 cooking, and it still seems to run out of time, have a time limit, so I don't know if you have to be level 10 in gourmet cooking as well. We're working on that right now. And these are her skills. She's level 10 in charisma, which really helps her when she's talking to new people and even with the flirting. Level 10 cooking just makes things a little bit easier. The kids are less picky. They get less sad about having to eat the same things. Gardening is level 10. It helps with the garden just supercelling and getting things done. Handiness is only level 5. We're working on getting that up when we have free time and the toddles are not dying as they are. Painting I'm trying to get up to because then we can help mentor when we're at level 10. She's at level 10 parenting. Photography is another thing we're working on. It's just a quick way to make a couple extra bucks, and if we get that skill up and increased, we can make more money from the photos. Just another way for her to make money at home in case, she decides she wants to. And her writing's level 10. I think the book order already came through. Maybe it has it for today. Actually, I don't think it has for today. So when it comes through, I'll show you. We're making about $2,000 in books because she's kind of fallen behind in writing the books. Before that, she's making about $3,000, almost $4,000 in books every day. So I'm just going to make sure Laurel actually ate. Toddlers have a bad habit of only eating like partial meals, and then they're still hungry. So we're going to get her to go back and finish eating that meal just so she can make it through the night. And it looks like Phil has had an accident on the floor. That's great. But when she's done potty training him, she'll potty train Phil and get the Roomba started cleaning, and maybe he'll go and clean that up on his own. And so we have some like cups around and trash around. We'll have the kids get through it when they get home. Let's just confront the bullies. Oh, and Diggle. Let's not help. No cheating. Let's check the boys' grades. They're really tired because I had to get them up to finish their stuff. Okay, both of them are on excellent. If you see this, it's kind of messed up a little bit. It's a little hard for me to tell what's going on, but they're both on excellent. They've got their skill, their homework's complete, and they did extra credit, so they should be good. If we can get them aged and moved out, then we can get her pregnant again and maybe put off her birthday for a few more days. So he's good enough that he can go ahead and get up and eat and get a start on his homework. When Riley's done potty training him, we'll have her get the mail and go head out and do some gardening. Oh, she's a little too uncomfortable for that, so we'll go ahead and get her needs done. Oh, and Laurel didn't finish her food once again. That's okay. And she passed out. Unfortunately, this happens quite a lot. We'll have her go to bed when she wakes up. And Marilyn, oh, I've been doing that a lot. Damien, he's asking for a bath. We'll put that off a little bit longer, buddy. Let's go ahead and get your Oh no, your imagination is good. Let's go ahead and get your communication up. So we also have the trash compactor that gets us about $80 every time, which is really nice. Riley's getting a phone call. We don't want to come over right now. We're dealing with the kids, trying to get everybody in order. So I think because he's tense, he can't do his homework. Yeah. So BPD is one that comes from Slice of Life, which is another thing we have installed. So he'll just be anxious for a while, can't do a lot of stuff. So I try to think of things that they can do to calm them down. We'll probably have him go and just play a game or something until he feels playful. It makes it a little harder to get them aged up. This is one of the kids. We let the kids come over and hang out whenever they want. A lot of times the kids don't know the toddlers, so there's not really anything they can do to help. But they clean up sometimes, and that's nice. All of the earlier kids have keys to the house, so sometimes they just show up. And we've got Laurel outside instead of in bed. Come on, Laurel. You are tired. Let's get in bed. There we go. Come on in. Now we're getting a phone call. He's already here. Oh, nope, there we go. We'll go ahead and have him work it out. If you want an extra hard challenge, you can play with specific rules for each pack. I'm not, just because it's harder for me to remember and keep track of. So let's get Phil on a skill. He's almost done with his potty. I might go ahead and have her do potty with him again. And potty with Damien again. Let's see, he's still got 2 hours on that. And she is still not sleeping. There she goes. Alright. So if we can get them up to potty level 2, then they can potty on their own, which is really nice. I was hoping Eddie would do some chores while he was here, but it looks like he's just going to play on our computer, which is fine. It's always good seeing the kids. It's always good having them come back. And so when she's done potty training the Todd, she's feeling better, so we'll go out here and do Supercell. Actually, I want some lilies for stuff, and the boys are home. What do we got? Oh, another kid calling. We'll let him chat. We got an A. Excellent. Felicity's on level 3 as well, so she's about ready to hit the 4 mark, and that's what they need for level A in school. So we'll go ahead and pull out the cake, and we might have to cook another cake because this cake is getting old. We got 37 minutes. We might make it. So we'll go ahead and get this one to age up first. He's feeling tense and a little bit upset. I think this is Roy. Yeah, Roy. Let's see if they can make it through, and then we'll kick them out because we're amazing parents. Excellent. Oh, and he's jealous as well. And like I said, every time they age up, they look pretty bad. Oh, he just spread some gossip about our toddler. That's interesting. Okay. Get you over here and blow out your Not you. Not you. Not yet. Hold up. Come over here and blow out your candles, buddy. You can do your homework now. You're feeling playful. You are still feeling very sad, but I think you're going to get potty trained. Yep, you're going to get potty trained. Oh, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff in our mail from the mailbox. You get a lot of toys when the kids age up, and I would keep them, but we've already got tons of toys, like more toys than we will ever have toddlers. So I just go ahead and sell them. It's a good way to make a lot of money too, and we don't need any more plants. So we'll go ahead and sell those. Clear out our inventory. The upgrade parts are for repairing, and so we can make the stuff unbreakable and self-cleaning, so we don't have to take time worrying about all of that. And to get her handiness skill up, so she could mentor people if she wanted. Oh. I don't know if I've got something in my game that makes them send more toys, but we get about that many toys every time our kids age up, which is interesting. So we'll let our other boy blow out his cake. And I go ahead and sell everything out of their inventory when they age up, just to give us a little extra money in the household, even though we really don't need it now. But we needed it at the beginning. And the cake's gone off. So we're gonna have you come over and make yourself a cake. It's a great birthday. Throw away the spoiled cake. Sell all the stuff out of your inventory. And this will probably be a pretty horrific cake because he has no cooking skills, but then we never eat the cakes anyway. We just keep them until they go bad. Oh, and this is broke, so we'll work on fixing that later and cleaning up the place. Make yourself a cake, buddy. Come on, make a cake. Oh, and Patchy's in here cleaning, which is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We've got Marilyn not doing, or Damien not doing anything. Oh, he's depressed. My toddler is depressed. That's great. That's wonderful. Everybody loves a depressed toddler, but Phil is at potty level 2. That's wonderful, so we can stop potty training Phil. And I thought we were going to potty train Damien before we left, but maybe not. Nope, I guess we're going to go harvest some lilies first. That's fine, I think Damien could use a little nap. Yeah, Damien could use a nap. We'll let him go get a nap. Phil could use a nap. Go ahead, Phil, why don't you go take a nap? Why don't you go take a nap? And Laurel's, yep, she's still tired. So you should be about done with your homework, buddy. You're taking forever. Felicity, how are you on your logic skill, hun? Level 3, that's not bad. Oh, that is a gorgeous cake. Okay, that's gorgeous. I'm glad this will be the cake that we age up people with for a while. That's great. Toddles, are you fighting over the same bed? That's really not necessary, Toddles. Oh, right, we were just harvesting the lilies. Okay, we'll tend to the garden after we get these boys moved out. There we go. Blow out your candles. Oh, looks like the toddle does not want to. Damien does not want to get potty trained. I don't blame him, he's a little tired. And put the candles back on that when you actually age up. Come on, buddy. Age up. There we go. So he's also vain. That tracks. Yep, that pretty much tracks. Okay, oh, we're getting a little chat here. That's my daughter, but sure, I'll be your friend, my daughter. Alright, so now I pretty much immediately go into save. I've been having a glitch lately where when I get out of the household, sometimes it doesn't let me back in the household until I have to exit the whole game and come back. Ooh, and he completed his homework. So I save every time I leave. And so once it's finished saving, we'll kick the 2 older boys, who are now young adults, out of the house so we can get another man to impregnate us and have another set of children. And that will put off our aging back another 3 days? Yeah, back another 3 days. So we'll have another 3 days to get more of the children moved out so we can immediately get into more. Oh, and he was not very far away from getting his potty training done. Right, so we're going to go to Manage World and kick these kids out. And so I moved them out with a couple of the others. Go ahead and move them out now. Let's see, we'll put them in with Oliver and Thea. Move the boys out. Wait for that to take place. Here's all my children kind of separated after they move out, so you can see the first two, Cisco and Caitlin, are getting elderly and old. This also kind of shows where they are. I have not placed any of them in households, so they've all moved on and done their own things, which I think is amazing. These two are currently not in World. They're my newest ones I kicked out recently. But we've got two in Brindleton Bay, one in Del Sol Valley, I think two in Willow Creek. Yeah, two in Willow Creek, two in Oasis Springs, and two in San Myshuno. So they're spreading out and going far. And we'll try... Oh, they're living up there. They're rolling in the money. We're living down here. So we'll try to hop back in the game now and see if it'll actually let us, or if we're going to have to go back out of the game and come back in. Alright, and it looks like it let us jump back in. So we are 2 down, so I think we'll get Riley impregnated for the day, and then we'll stop there. Again, this was just kind of to get you guys caught up on where we are in this challenge and how far we're doing and what kind of things we're done. So we're going to go over into her relationships and find a person who we've not had a baby with, who we can hook up with pretty quickly. I've had kids with Diego, kids with Johnny. These are our kids. I think we can't have kids with Patchy. I tried. It's not something you can do. I think Allie was the next guy. So I've always, because there's so many now, I always check and make sure that I don't have kids with him. He's got 3 current children. Are they my kids? Is my thing. So I have him list the children: Hedrick, Galdro, and Delgado. So none of those are my children. So we do not have kids with him. So it's 5:30. He should be ready to come hang out. And so while we're waiting for her to finish potty training and for him to come over, we'll just get the rest of the kids, because once he comes over, I'm focused on him. So I'm not paying attention to my kids. We'll go ahead and let her stop for the day. Get her stuff in order. He's doing fine. He finished his homework, but he needs to get a skill up. I think he's cleaning right now, which is so cute. But I need him to get a skill up, and he's already at level 2 of motor, so we'll go ahead and just go with that. We'll have him play on the playground a little bit, and then we'll do some swimming since it's warm enough. Okay, we got one napping. He just needs a bath and some naps. He's pottying, and then he'll go sleep. Oh, yeah, he's being defiant. And she's sleeping. Okay, so once we're done potty training him, we should be ready for this. And because I have the seldom sleepy trait, even though she's getting tired, she'll be fine for a little bit longer. So we just gotta wait for everything for her to get done potty training him. Actually, he's level 2 already, so he can potty train himself. And she's wanting to kiss someone and meet someone new, so we can definitely get that done. The more points we get, the more things we can buy to help her stay stay up and running long past when normal Sims would. So here he is. He's running over. So we're listening to a kid's questions right now. But we're gonna break off and get with this guy because we need to get pregnant before the end of the day. And I think he's feeling flirty, so we could probably hop right in. We've had flirty interactions with him before. On day 2 of her pregnancy, I try to get the next guy ready to go. So if there's slots open, she can immediately get hooked up as soon as she drops a baby. But this time we had a full house. It didn't work out at all. So as long as he's down for it, and the reason I like them being in here is because I had Riley paint a photo, which is on this wall, and it has a flirty ambience. So if they stand in here, both of them usually get flirty pretty quickly. Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, you have to go. You have to go. There's just no space for you. So let's try and get this into a flirty discussion so we can hop right into the baby making. And she does want to kiss someone, so let's see if we can get that down. And I'm not too worried about, like, spouses or anything, as horrible as that sounds. Like, I'm not sure if you have a spouse or not. I'm not checked. If I go in here, I could check. I know some of the guys she's had kids with have had spouses, and so let's see. Does he have a spouse? He does have a spouse, but he's still pretty down. So as long as he's down for it. As long as we're not twisting anybody's arms, I guess that's his own business. Riley's kind of a homewrecker. Oh, yep, there we go. Compliment, okay. We'll compliment him. I think she wants to do a romantic compliment though, so when they're done with this. And like none of them are her boyfriends or anything because that's against the rules. Oh, my child is napping in the bath. Can we please not nap in the bath, hun? Just take a brisk shower and then come in here and go to bed. That is not something you need to be doing. You're looking worse for wear. You really need to pee. What's your skill level at? Oh, level 4. Oh, buddy. No, you're fine. You're fine, buddy. Hey, you're fine. Sorry, that snuck up on me. Go ahead and eat, go to the bathroom, and then you can... I think your sister's sleeping on that one. You can sleep in this one. Yep. Okay, are you guys done over here? Yes, you are. Go ahead and have you take a pregnancy test. If she's not pregnant, then we have to go for it again. So let's see what we've got here. And we did not get to the plants today, so as soon as we get up with this, we'll have to go and sell a bunch of stuff, even though she is starving. Oh, and he's asleep. Well, let's just go take the pregnancy test. Going. And we are good. So let's see, she wants to... Nope, we can't ask anyone to go study, but we can't ask anyone to be the boyfriend. So we're done for today with him. We'll go out and just supercell a bunch of stuff. we've got some plants that look like they need to be evolved, which is great. Patchy should have already done the tending the garden. If I see anything that looks like it needs done, we'll do it, but should have already tended the garden. Supercell these. We'll supercell our lemons. Actually, I think our lemons are out of season. Ooh. Oh, we've got our banana trees here that need evolved. Oh, and she's not going to be able to supercell. She's feeling mighty uncomfortable, so go ahead and eat and get a little bit of sleep. We'll just do a quick little nap, enough to increase her energy so she can come out here and handle these plants. I'd hate to miss out on a day of revenue. I didn't see our book order came in. It must have come in earlier, and I just missed it. So we'll go ahead and evolve all of these. All of these. Originally, I was going to have some of the kids pick up the gardening skill, and this is what they did to pick up their skill. It would be quick since they were quick picking up the skill since there's so much to do, but it's just so laborious for them to do that they can't finish it in time. So Riley took over the garden, and now she has a huge garden. Actually, I think, nope, those are watered. Alright, so we'll get her eating and get a little quick power nap, and then get her back out here. Yeah, like I said, some fashion disasters. She's missing her whole body. Some custom content must be out of date or it doesn't mesh with something else. So all of my children leave here fashion disasters. It's just how they are. Okay, actually, if you're feeling alright, let's capitalize on this energy, come out and supercell this stuff. With the Slice of Life mod and another mod I have that makes pregnancies more realistic, her mood swings when she's pregnant are insane. So she will go from one extreme to the next, and it's hard to keep track of. So when she's pregnant, it's hard to get her in a consistent state. And it looks like that is all to sell this time. I think we're going into, I want to say, yeah, we're going into summer and fall, so we'll start getting less and less stuff to sell. So while you're feeling good, let's go ahead and repair this and write a book. And you did not actually eat very much. Go ahead and write a motivational book. Yeah, you didn't finish eating. And then you can eat. And sleep, and someone's up. I think that's Damien. Yep, because he's just depressed. My weird depressed child. Okay, hold on, Baba. Oh, now you're angry. That's great. Eat that. And how are you on sleep? Are you done on your sleep? You're enough on sleep. You're enough for now, so we'll get you in here doing your communication. Okay. Seduction. How to ensure all eyes are on you. That's good enough for her. And we'll just get him started, and then we'll leave that there. So, thanks for tuning in. Just giving you guys a little catch-up on where this is. Like I said, I'm not going. These are just catch-up episodes, so family members can know where we are. Not all gameplay is going to be recorded. Every so often, I'll record some, just letting you know where we are. The main thing I'm going to do this for is my continual family series, which this is not. That has a lot of in-depth stuff for the backgrounds of the characters, and that makes up what they do, and it's just hard for family to keep up with that when I'm not constantly telling them, and then when they come down to play with me on The Sims, they're lost as to why characters are making certain decisions, who the new characters are, and it takes forever to catch them up. So I'm hoping that this will kind of be an easier way for everybody to get caught up. Alright, have a wonderful night. Bye!